Hi witches! So today's video is going to be completely self-indulgent and very, very fun. But today I wanted to do kind of a witchy gift shopping guide for the holidays. So if you are like a parent struggling with a witchy child, you're like, I don't know, it's Christmas, but they are doing, first of all, thank you for supporting your child, or like partner to partner, or friend to friend, whatever it is. Thank you for supporting your the pagan in your life. But today I wanted to just kind of give you guys maybe some gift ideas, and it's kind of, I don't know, I'm really feeling the holiday spirit this year, so I just really wanted to talk about it. The first thing on my list that I would recommend giving to a fellow witch would be some sort of crystal. These are relatively inexpensive depending on where you go, and I love shiny crystals and stuff like that. Like, I love tumbled stones, so I'm just such a magpie. Like, I just love them. And it's just like, it's like my shiny magic rock. Like, I am gremlin. But seriously, like, I don't know a witch who would turn down a crystal. Like, I think it's a very nice and very thoughtful gift. Some crystals that you might want to hand out to your witchy pals, just in case you were like, okay, great, crystals, where do I start? Some really common crystals that witches use in their practice a lot are quartz, amethyst, rose quartz, so those are all kind of quartzes, obsidian, aventurine, citrine, fluorite. There are some places that also sell crystal sets where you have like one of every single color, which are like very cool. But those are just a couple of them. I have tons of videos. If you're like curious, just like go into the playlist and look up like crystals, and I have a couple different types of like crystals for green witches, like moss agate and tree agate and aventurine, which I've already talked about, or like crystals for protection like obsidian and jet and hematite and onyx and stuff like that. So those are also crystals that would be good, but if you have any questions, I'm sure the local person at your crystal store can totally help you out. Okay, so the next item on our list might be a little bit self-serving. It's also kind of like a mid-price range to like higher price range item, and that is buying somebody a tarot deck. Now, there's this big myth that you have to like be gifted a tarot deck in order to use it. That is not true, but if you did want to get a tarot deck as a gift for one of the witchy people in your life, I think it's a great idea. You could do a tarot deck and a tarot box if you are feeling froggy. If you've never shopped for tarot cards before, that is a-okay. There are tons and tons of different kinds and different artists, so it's all the same sort of deck, but there's different artists. Most metaphysical stores do have a really good selection of it, so just by picking one that, you know, either reminds you of the witch in your life or just seems really cool is a-okay. People are not going to be offended if you give them a tarot deck, trust me. I would be thrilled to have one. But they can range in price. I paid anywhere between like $20 to $60 for a tarot deck. It just kind of depends on how fancy you want to get with it. Tarot boxes are usually like $10 to $15, just again, depending on how intricate it is. So tarot deck or tarot box if they already have a ton of tarot decks. Another thing that witches really like are journals and stationery. So we have this fantastical thing, or should have the fantastical thing, called a Book of Shadows. Now, some witches do things digitally, and I think it's a-okay to ask before going out and buying them a really nice journal and pen set or something. But I really like journals. I specifically love like leather-bound journals. So if you were like, okay, but what kind of journal? Something kind of nice, I guess, would be really cool. Maybe personalized or monogrammed. And I don't know a witch who would turn down a journal, because it can be a dream journal, a tarot journal. It can be just a writing, something where they write things. It can be part of a grimoire. It can be a field notebook, all sorts of things. So that's just, I think, a nice little gift, and it's kind of innocuous. So if your friend is maybe in the broom closet or is not an out and practicing witch, a journal is a pretty easy thing to keep concealed. So it's, well, I mean, for the most part, I would think, unless you have people who, like parents or something, that go through people's journals, which is a huge breach of trust. But it's something easy that they can just kind of pop in a bookshelf and people won't really like look twice at it. Moving right along, this is kind of a two-parter, but a really, really nice set of jars, or like an eclectic collection of jars, and a wax seal and wax kit. And here's why. A lot of witches like to seal their spell jars with wax. So it would be nice to like have them together, I think, like as a little gift. So like just some like really cool, just mason jars, glass jars, no plastic please, and then wax seal, like the little spoon and like the little stamp and like the little wax things. Yes, I think those are super cool. I love sealing things with wax. I have a little, I have a seal with my first initial on it, and I like to seal like things with it. I sent my friends like an invitation to play D&D and like wax sealed it just for shits and giggles. It was very fun. So it's a good, again, that could be like a stocking stuffer kind of thing. It depends on how fancy you want to get with it, but wax seals and jars are very cool, and I don't feel like too many witches would say no to that. Another idea I had was to, especially if you have like a lot of witchy friends, is to buy a couple different packs of incense and make incense sampler kits. So like by putting them into cute little, like, I don't know, decorative paper if it's like recyclable, or maybe putting them into a jar, and coming up with like a little guide to the different scents that they have and like what they're used for. I just think that would be cute. I don't know. You can make handmade ornaments with crystals and protective herbs. So a lot of stores, like a lot of crystal stores might sell the like crystal chips in different sizes, I guess. But like the little teeny ones, or you can find them at like some craft stores, but you gotta be careful because sometimes that's glass and not the actual crystal. You can also order them online, but by adding like different crystals, different herbs, you can have like a prosperity ornament or a protection ornament, and just kind of put all those things together and give them to your friends as like a little gift. I don't know, it's handmade. I like it. An inexpensive gift, if you have access to it, is giving pine boughs or pine boughs, B-O-U-G-H, boughs. I hate English. Bough. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, that or wreaths of pine. I love fresh pine during Yule. I got some from my grandparents recently, so I'm making some smoke cleansing bundles. Wow, that took way too long for me to get out, but I'm doing that. So you should see that soon on the Serpent's Key, my little shop, which I will get to in a second. I'm really excited about that. So yeah. Another kind of maybe innocuous thing that's kind of holiday themed, so it won't look too out of place for witches who are kind of in the broom closet still, are witches' bells for someone's door. So that can just literally be like some jingle bells or some sort of decorative bells for their doors, like either outside or inside, and I plan on making some witches' bells, so stay tuned for that later this month. Their small gift could be maybe an altar cloth, or if you know that they're a veiled pagan, bandanas, scarves, stuff like that, just like little like accessories and things that they wouldn't maybe necessarily go out and buy for themselves, but you know, if they have it, they have it. Another thing that I think would be like really cool, especially if you are like a parent of a new pagan or a new witch, is to get them a gift certificate to a local metaphysical store and go with them. The purpose of going with them is to really show solidarity, because I know that as a young pagan, I definitely didn't have that. So I think that like if you're really trying to like connect with your kid, like seriously, like two parents, and they're interested in this stuff, even if they don't necessarily practice it like forever, which I'm not saying anyone has to practice anything that they don't want to, I think that it really shows that you are attentive and that you are interested in what they are interested in, and interested in not so much like practicing, but like interested in the fact that they want to explore this. Does that make sense? Like you're trying to connect with them. So I think by going to a local metaphysical store, or if like the same thing with like a friend or a loved one, whatever it is, it's just like a nice gesture. Maybe make a day out of it, kind of like an IOU like date thing. I love those things. Oh my gosh. It helps me plan the perfect outfit, like just knowing what we're doing ahead. Anyways, but I really think that is a great experience. Like I'm all about experience-based gifts as well. Like that's just like my personality. So I really think that would be a nice idea. To go along with that, you can gift people tarot readings. So like a lot of tarot readers have like gift certificates where it's just like, here's a coupon for one free reading, and I don't need to explain how gift certificates work. So I actually do this on my own shop, which I did want to mention very briefly at the end of this video because I always feel bad about self-promo, but I don't really care. I am a tarot reader professionally now. So if you would like your cards read by me, you can request a reading at the Serpent's Key, which is my Etsy store. I have linked it down below. I'm actually really proud of it. This is the first kind of incarnation of what I what I am going to be making into a brick and mortar store within the next year or so. So it would really help me. It would help support me if you did book a reading, or if you want to gift it to your friends. I have all sorts of different prices and different like price levels and different services as well. So if you would like to check that out, again, the link is down below. If you have any other like witchy gift ideas, also leave that in the comments. I feel like I skipped over a couple things, but basically anything related to witchcraft, I just would love to get as a gift. So it's hard for me to condense everything down into a single video. Anyways, I hope this was as fun of a video for you as it was for me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.